Welcome to Harbor Highlights.
On today's show, we have another Unstoppable tip and an interview to tell you all about a cool opportunity for 8th graders.
We also have an update from one of our elective classes, this and more, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Harbor Lights. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Leanne. To start our show, please join us in the pledge. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have some pretty unstoppable teachers in our school that are going above and beyond to help make connections with students.
It's called Adventure School.
Adventure School is something that's offered for 8th grade students outside of the school day and in the school hours. And it's just a lot of fun where students get to participate in different activities, trying to push themselves to do new things, try new things, see themselves in new ways. And it's students and staff working together in the evenings, sometimes weekends. And it's a school, so there's a whole lot of fun to it. But it is something that we're learning about ourselves.
What students get to go?
Well, people who are nominated by 2 or more teachers of their 8th grade teachers are those who are first chosen to be invited to an Adventure School outing. We base nominations on what is the objective of the activity that we're doing and matching that with students that maybe would benefit from this opportunity. So it depends. It varies. Not the same students go every single time. There are different students that we focus on each time, and if students really have a desire to be a part of something, it's always good for them to talk with an 8th grade teacher, and we can see what we can do for them as well.
How often do they do Adventure School?
We have 5 activities scheduled for Adventure School this year. The first one, we're going to take students to Hope College soccer game versus Adrian. We're going to meet with a representative from Hope College and tell them about college and have a small meal at school. So we have 4 more activities after this one, and there'll be more information coming out about those activities.
Why do they do Adventure School?
We offer Adventure School for students so they have a variety of activities at school. We've taken kids to a play. We have a group come from Eagle Village, and they put on initiatives and cooperatives with students. There's a soccer game. In the springtime, we take students canoeing, and that's always a lot of fun. To see students in a canoe, it usually makes for some great laughs. For everybody, and it's just the program is wonderful. We're so fortunate that we have students that are willing to participate, and we have a staff that is volunteering their time to make these activities happen for our students.
Thank you, Mrs. Harrington and Mr. Becker, for letting us interview you about Adventure School.
They already had their first outing to cheer on the Hope Boys soccer team. Now over to this week General's announcements.
Hi, I'm Unity.
And I'm Sam.
This Thursday is the end of the first marking period, and we have conferences starting next week. Need some help finishing up some late work to get that grade up? Come to after-school tutoring in the 8th grade computer lab Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Thanks to all the classes that participated in the college application week activities and decoration contests. We hope that you learned something new about colleges that our West Ottawa students are attending.
Thanks, students, for being responsible and getting to class on time. This month, you will be competing with your 3rd hour in the tardy competition.
This week is the last week to bring clothes in for the Scarecrow contest. Help keep our West Ottawa community warm by bringing in donations.
Items needed are hats, gloves, boots, jeans, sweatshirts, and coats.
Student Council is sponsoring a school-wide talent show. Auditions will be Friday, December 4 in the Panther Playhouse.
So think about if this is something you would want to participate in and start practicing.
This weekend, the high school is putting on Cinderella in the PAC. Make sure to see our talented high schoolers in this musical production.
Speaking of talented, our Mod Tech teacher is at it again. Mr. Herman is creating some great new modules to get our unstoppable students ready for any technological challenge they may face to be college, career, and life ready.
What is ModTech?
ModTech is a class with more than 30 cool curriculums that you get to choose what you want to study. We have lasers, robotics, 3D printers, t-shirt designs, virtual reality, a roller coaster physics, virtual makeover, web creator, just about anything you've ever wanted to learn. I've got a few weeks of it.
What are some kinds of activities you have in ModTech?
Well, most of the modules have hands-on activities. So in my rapid prototyping module, you actually learn how to make the blinking lights that you can see in my display case. In our dragster module, you actually make a dragster that you and your partner race. So everything is you and your partner working as quick as you can and making the coolest stuff that you can.
What kind of tech do you use in this class?
It'd probably be easier to tell you what kind of tech we don't use, which essentially is paper and pencil. We use lasers, robots, 3D scanners, wind tunnels, LEDs, rapid prototyping tools. We make airplanes. Anything you ever wanted to use, we've got some of it here in ModTech.
What are some new type of modules that you got this year?
Well, I wrote a grant for these little guys called the Finch. These are robots that we program. And then I'm also trying to get new electronics equipment. And then I've also done a lot of upgrades to my app creator module where students actually create apps that work on Android phones.
We are into our first winter season sports, so let's send it over to find out the upcoming games.
I'm Ashley. And I'm Tegan. Here are this week's home games. First, for boys basketball, the black team plays Hamilton on Thursday in the Mac Bay Gym. Girls swim and dive challenge Zealand on Thursday at the high school pool. Competitive cheer begins in December. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks. 8th graders may have seen this bulletin board by Mrs. Dykstra's room. Integrity is a word you may hear or use, but you have never thought about what it really means.
Here is Mrs. Dykstra's tip on how integrity will help you be unstoppable.
To be unstoppable and have integrity, make sure you stand up for what is right. Be honest with yourself, with your friends, with your family, with your teachers. And finally, be kind. Even if somebody doesn't deserve your kindness, be kind anyway. Be empathetic and show them that you have integrity and you can be trustworthy. So one time, I remember being in, I think it was around high school, and one way that I showed integrity is I actually went to the bank with my mom, and I had to cash a check for something. And when I left, I was counting my money. We had gotten back to the car, and I noticed that I had like $100 extra. And I looked at my mom and I said, "This is not right. There is around $100 extra here. I've got to go back in and give it to the bank teller so the bank teller does not have their drawer off." So that took a lot of integrity on my part, because what could I have done? I could have kept the money. But instead I went back into the bank and gave it to the teller because it was the right thing to do. So another way to show integrity is if you and your friend or just somebody that you meet in the hall is completely blows up at you or runs into you, doesn't apologize. Having integrity is taking a minute to stop and think about maybe what they're going through that day. You have no idea. They could have had a horrible morning and just can't get it together today. So having integrity means being empathetic and thinking about others first before yourself. So be unstoppable and live your life with integrity. Sé imparable.
How are you becoming a better person of integrity? Are you doing the right things even when no one is looking? Are you being true to the person you can be?
Are you being authentic, which means you don't change who you are depending on who you are with. You don't fall into peer pressure. You stick to your values no matter what. Thanks so much for watching our show.
Together at Harbor Lights, we will be unstoppable.
Check us out on SchoolTube and our Harbor Highlights Facebook page.
Have a great week. Bye.